Hey guys, this is Marie and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be Q&A answers. So let's get started. So in this video, I will be answering all of you guys' questions from the previous video called Q&A time. So here we go. But first, I just want to apologize to you guys ahead of time that I am in the bird's room again, so you guys will be hearing them throughout the video. Also, I do want to apologize ahead of time why I'm answering you guys' questions. I will be saying you guys' name also, and I am terrible, very terrible at names. So I just want to apologize to you guys again if I get it wrong. And throughout the video, I will pop up your names through the screen so you guys can see who you are and what was your questions. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. So the very first person is Marlon Higgins. And hello and thank you for your question. You have one. And your question is, what makes you fall in love with each betta fish? And I would have to say their personality, their coloring, and their tail type. I absolutely love each and one of my betta fish. They are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And they're just the wonderful little betta fish ever. All of them have their own little personalities. When I first brought each one of them home, within probably like 2 days, they each had their own little personalities, and you could tell, you know, this one has their own personality, this one does this, and I just absolutely love each and one of them. And all their tail types are completely different. I do not have the same tail type betta fish, and their coloring are all different. Each one of them have their own little coloring, and I just absolutely love that. Moving on to the next person is KoiFish, and hello and thank you for your question. You have one, and that is, do your Ecuadorians ever fight or have trouble with your purple pinchers? And the answer is no. I've been very lucky with that. None of my Ecuadorian or purple pinchers have never fought or, you know, pinched each other or tried to like tear each other apart or anything like that. So I've been very lucky with that, but I have heard in previous videos a while back from other YouTubers that Ecuadorians and purple pinchers can fight and pretty much kill each other, but I've been very lucky with that. I haven't had no issues with them. Moving on to the next person is Adeline and Egg, and hello and thank you for your question. You have three, and that is, number one is, what made you interested in a betta fish? Now, when I was growing up, when I was younger, I did have a lot of animals, and one of those animals were betta fish, and I didn't have them very long because they didn't last very long, because at that time we didn't have the proper care and the knowledge of like you have now at YouTube, when you can just look up whatever you're looking at and you can figure out, you know, how to take care of your animal or whatever proper. So at that time we did not have the betta fish very long, but I was always into betta fish. I just never really got them until one day I was looking up YouTube videos and I came across of Life with Pets, and she had a lot of betta fish at that time, and I started watching her videos, and that's how I got more into betta fish from her. So if you guys ever want to hear about anything about her betta fish, or if I can't answer that question, definitely go to her Life with Pets. She can pretty much answer anything that you guys can ask her. Moving on to your second question is, how old is your oldest hermit crab? I would have to say my Ecuadorians, pretty much all of them are pretty much almost 2.5 years old, or I have them since 2.5 years. So they're pretty much my oldest ones. My purple pinchers, I only have them for about a year now. Okay, moving on to your third question is, what made you interested of keeping pets? I have always had pets growing up, and I absolutely love pets. I never had pretty much any pet that you could think of. We had birds, we had fish, we had dogs, we had cats, we had hamsters. So any animal you could think of, we had it. So I was always into keeping pets, and especially when I had grown up and got married, I definitely wanted some pets of our own. And right now all we have is just one cat, and that is Midnight, and then we have my betta fish. So that's all we have right now. But eventually down the road we might want to get a few more, but we're not sure what we're going to get yet. Alright, moving on to the next one is number 4. And your question is, why did you start YouTube? Why I started YouTube was, one, I was watching other YouTubers and I noticed how some of other people were taking care of hermit crabs. I got very upset. It was, I got very upset because they were not taking care of them and they were not saying it right in the video like they were supposed to take care of their hermit crabs. Also, I figured, one day I just went on ahead and made a video and put it on the channel and it just started getting a lot of views. So I just kept that up, and I know when I was younger, I wish we had YouTube because I wish I would have had that proper care of taking care of my hermit crabs and also betta fish, because nowadays you can pretty much look up anything from the internet or Google or YouTube and you can get your answer no matter what. Now, when I was growing up, we didn't really have anything but the internet, so it was kind of hard to take care of it. And I just like making videos. I think it's just wonderful how I can meet other YouTubers and interact and talk to you guys, and you guys are like my friends on internet. I absolutely love all of you guys. You guys are just so amazing. And I have known a couple of you guys for a very long time now, and we also did videos together. So I wanted to make videos to help other people nowadays, because I wish we really did have YouTube when I was growing up, because it would have been very helpful. Alright, your last question, number 5, is, do you have any other hobbies? That's kind of a hard question. I would have to say no. I don't really have any other hobbies, and I'm not really good at hobbies. The only thing I would say, I don't know if this is a hobby or not, but I would have to say that I am a very good organizing person. When I'm at work, I can pretty much organize and make everything very neat. Like I said to you guys before, I'm very OCD. So, but I mean, I can organize something very well. If it's really messy, I can organize it within probably like an hour or two. And I think that's one of my good things about me, that I'm very organized and neat. But I don't think that's a hobby, but I mean, hey. Alright, so moving on to the next person is Sarah. And hello, and thank you for your questions. You have 4. Your first question is, where is your other kitty? Now, you guys probably noticed when on Instagram or YouTube, when we had adopted the 2 kittens, we had Midnight and Maxie. At that time, we did have both of them, and I did make my intro with both of them. But previously, last year, we only had the other kitten for probably like maybe 2 months, and we had to end up bringing her back to the pet store. We were having a little issues with her, and she was not the right fit for us, so we decided to bring her back and let somebody else adopt her to give her more of the attention that she needed. So, but we did find out within probably a month or 2 after she was at the pet store, she did get adopted, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm glad she did get a home. Moving on to the next question is, who is your favorite hermit crab? I would have to say my favorite hermit crab is Coconut. He is probably one of my favorites. He's an Ecuadorian hermit crab, and he's a small Ecuadorian hermit crab, and he's just so cute and wonderful. He's very sweet, and I just absolutely love him. So I would have to say that he's probably one of my favorite ones. Alright, moving on to the next question is, how can I keep my betta fish water clean? That's a good question. You should be doing water changes on your tank. I would say about 50% water change. I would do probably about once a week. I would do a 50% water change. On mine, I have 3 10-gallons and 1 5-gallon tank, and I try to do at least once a week a 50% change. If I do have the time, I will do it twice a week. Other than that, you should always have your water change 50% and always having your filter cleaned out once a month and putting a new one in. Moving on to the 4th question is, how can I tell if my hermit crab is a male or a boy or a girl? and I do have a video on that. That is one of my popular videos on my channel, and that is called Hermit Crabs Male or Female. But I would just say, like, really quick, all you do is how I tell is you pick up your hermit crab, and I take a flashlight that's nice and bright and flash it to the hermit crab when they're pretty much coming out of their shell. And the last pair of legs, you will see 2 little dots, and if you see those 2 little dots, that is a female. If you do not see those dots, they are a male. But if you want to check out my video, go check that out. It's Hermit Crab Male or Female, and that's one of my most popular videos on that subject. But thank you for your questions. Moving on to the next one is Rainier Ralph, I believe, and hello and thank you for your questions. You have 6 of them. The first question is, what got you into betta fish keeping? I pretty much kind of already answered that, but my answer is that I've always loved fish, and I had fish when I was growing up, and pretty much when I was looking up YouTube videos, Life with Pets videos came up with her betta fish, and so that's more when I got into betta fish and wanted to start keeping them. Moving on to number 2 question is, do you have a favorite pet? I would say cats are usually my favorite pet. I did have dogs growing up, but I would have to say my favorite pet is probably Midnight, and my only favorite pet, because she's actually my only 4-legged pet that I do have right now. So she's pretty much my favorite pet right now. But my betta fish, I do absolutely love them too, so don't get me wrong with that. Moving on to the next one is number 3. What's your dream pet? That's kind of a hard question because I really don't have a dream pet. I would love to get other pets when we get our own place, but I'm not sure about that. I would have to get back with that question, but I will let you guys know in another video about what would be my dream pet. Moving on to number 4 is, do you like sushi? And that's a good question because I can't really answer that because I have never had it before. I heard other people say it's really good, and then I heard other people say it's not. Would I try it? Maybe once, but I'm not sure. But I never had it before. Moving on to number 5 question is, do you like school? And I would have to say, did I like school? Because I'm not in school anymore. I did graduate, and at that time, school was okay. I wasn't really a fond for it. The only reason why I liked going to school, was because I had met my husband there. So you guys probably never knew that. But yes, me and my husband are high school sweethearts, you want to say. So that's pretty much the only thing I liked about school, is because I was able to see him at school. Moving on to number 6 is, what's your favorite fish brand? And I would have to say Omega 1 is pretty much my favorite brand. I absolutely love that brand. It's very healthy for your fish, and it's just, I just like I like the brand and how they package their stuff, and it always stays fresh, and I just absolutely love it, and it's very, very, very healthy for your fish. Moving on to the next person is Ocean Crab Care, and hello and thank you for your questions. You have 1, and it says, how can I encourage my hermit crabs to change from their painted shell to a natural shell? And that's a good question because right now I do have a hermit crab named Minnie that is in a painted shell, and she has not changed yet. I had her for almost 1.5 years now, I think, and she still hasn't changed. The only thing I can say is just make sure you have lots and lots of natural shells in there. Put different sizes. I would say probably put 3 or 4 different sizes of natural shells in there for her or him to change and to look at, to make sure, in case they don't like one, at least they have another chance of checking out another one. But I would just have multiple and a lot of natural shells, different sizes, just to help that hermit crab change over. Like I said previously, I did have another hermit crab that was in a painted shell, and I had him for probably 6 months to 8 months, and then he finally changed his shell and moved into a natural, but I think he got very upset and pretty much he had passed away, because I think after he moved out of his old shell and went into a natural shell, he kind of got upset and got stressed out, because I think he was in that painted shell for so long that when I took it out of the tank, I guess he wanted it back, but I never put it back in there. But yeah, he pretty much passed away at that time. That was Mickey. Like I said, I do have a hermit crab now that's in a painted shell, and the only thing I can say is just put a lot of natural shells in there and just put different sizes. And every once in a while, I would say you could probably pick up that hermit crab if you see it and maybe put it next to the shells, and to help the hermit crab out a little bit. But other than that, I would just have to say it's just up to the hermit crab. You can't pretty much do anything but just have a lot of natural shells in there. Alright, moving on to the next person. It is Eva's Animal World, and hello and thank you for your questions. You have 3 of those, and I just want to say hello to you again, because you and I known each other for a very long time, and we have done YouTube videos before in the past, and hopefully down the road we can do another one together, and I hope you are doing very well. Alright, so your question is, number 1 is, what is your favorite thing about Ecuadorians? And I love that question. I would have to say their little eyes. Their eyes are just so cute. Now, purple pincher hermit crab's eyes are cute, but something about Ecuadorian eyes are just the cutest little thing ever. I don't know why, but they are just so cute. And I love their coloring. I think their coloring is more unique than purple pinchers, because purple pinchers usually just have that same color, either red or purple. But Ecuadorians can pretty much have multiple different colors. You can either see them in brown, or like a bluish color, or like a dark blue, or like a light brown. I mean, they have multiple different colors, but I would have to say their eyes are the most cutest thing ever, and I think that is my favorite thing about them, is their eyes. Moving on to number 2 is, what is your favorite thing about purple pinchers? I would have to say purple pinchers are probably more nicer. That's kind of weird to say, but more, I think they're more calmer, because they don't move as fast as Ecuadorians, and purple pinchers can, you can actually hold them a lot longer without them like running off real fast like the Ecuadorians. But I would have to say about purple pinchers, I would have to say they're more relaxed and calm, and you can more enjoy them a lot better. I know that's kind of a weird answer, but number 3 is, what is your favorite animal excluding the ones you own? And that's a good question, and it's kind of obvious, but I absolutely love dolphins. I have never seen a dolphin in real life, and hopefully someday I will, and I want to. That would probably be one of my goals. I definitely would want to see a dolphin in real life, close up, and maybe even like touch it. But yes, dolphins are absolutely my favorite animal ever. And I'm starting to getting into giraffes. I don't know why, but I think giraffes are kind of cute. And one of my other favorite color is orange, and of course, giraffes are orange. So I would have to say giraffes, but if I would have to pick between the 2 of them, dolphins are actually my favorite animal that I don't own. And if I can own one, I would love to. But yep. Alright guys, so that is all of the questions. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of you guys' questions. I absolutely enjoyed listening and watching you guys put in your questions. And I just want to say real quick to Jasmine, hello. I know you've been waiting for this video for a while now, because I said I have made it. But I just want to say hello, Jasmine, and I hope you are doing good. And you know who you are when I say your name. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and definitely don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!